Alright, it's recording.
Hey guys!
Hey, it's Ebony.
And Tiara.
And we are the Extraordinary Sister Nerds. Yay! Got it right this time.
Yes, we did.
It was my fault. Oh, last time. That was my fault.
Weird. No, it's we are.
Yeah, it's we are. I apologize. I realized that was wrong.
So I'm really excited about the topic today.
Yes, but first, we have to answer the quote from last week.
Oh yeah, okay. So last week's quote is from...
Fifth Element!
One of our favorite movies, which we brought up in the introduction, that was like our very first movies that our dad introduced us to.
Yeah,
kinda
very first sci-fi, yeah.
And it's such a good classic.
That is it. We might talk about that in later podcasts, but definitely check it out if you haven't, because it's good. It's really good.
I think it's on Netflix.
It might be
on Netflix.
Hopefully
guys
it is.
Should check it out on Netflix. If not, you can check like Hulu and like Amazon.
Yeah,
and
check
stuff.
it out. See if it's for sure. Go to like some movie theater renting store.
Yes.
If you guys still have any.
Movie
I don't know.
theater renting store. You mean movie renting store?
I meant movie renting
Let's
store.
go rent a movie theater,
That would
guys.
be awesome, honestly.
That would be cool.
like,
That'd be hella expensive though.
True. Like birthday parties or whatnot.
Want to rent a movie theater?
Okay, so the quote for this week is, I guess I'll say this one.
Yeah, I've said it twice.
Oh, yeah. You did not.
Well, we did half and half last time.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things. All right, we'll give you the answer next week.
Bum, bum.
Okay, now...
Yay, the topic. I'm so excited. We're actually doing a series this time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be splitting it in 2 parts.
Yeah, so this week we're going to talk about
Riverdale! Woo!
And if you guys don't know about Riverdale, you are missing out.
It actually is so good.
Mm-hmm. It's based off of the Archie Comics back in what year was it, Tiara?
I think the Archie Comics were founded in 1939.
So that was how many years ago?
78.
Jeez. And
it's 78 years old.
Yeah. And our mom actually loved the comics when she was around our age and a little younger. Like it's really cool. And like this version is a little different than the Archie Comics and a lot of the characters are a lot different. But like, how would you describe like how different like the style of the show?
Very dark and mysterious, because it's basically labeled as a crime/drama/mystery, and that's exactly what it is. Like, it's super dark, and it's in a high school scene, and it's something that you wouldn't expect. But as far as like the comics, I think there's like some similarities, but I feel like it's like a little bit more different.
Yeah, like they're talking about how, because Archie and Betty are pretty close to how the comic characters are in the TV show, but then you've got Jughead, who's a little bit different, and Veronica, because Veronica in the comic books is from what I remember just a little bit from the comics, she's a complete bitch.
She's rude.
Yeah, and like in the show, you actually like her. She's not that way.
She has her moments.
She has her moments, but she's like really trying to do her best to like redeem how she used to be when she used to live in New York.
Yeah.
But like the show, you talking about how it's like dark. It's apparently the creators were inspired by like Twin Peaks, which funny enough, there's a connection with that, and we will talk about that in a second. But Twin Peaks, Dallas, The OC, and Desperate Housewives, those were shows that like have inspired this kind of version of Riverdale.
Yeah, and it's not like how people thought. So when we talk to people, say our mom, okay, so whenever we mentioned it to her, she said she didn't really know if she was getting into it because it just felt like a high school scene.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, if you keep watching, it turns like to every single character in the show. Like, it's not just specifically about them in high school. It's about like a whole bunch of other different stuff.
All the characters are very complex, and the writers they're really good. It's really good. And like there are times like you'll just kind of get that. Yeah.
Yeah, Emery likes it too.
Yeah,
she watched it with me.
Yeah, she got mad when we turned her away from it. But it's you don't feel like you I don't know how to explain, like, because there are some shows you'll watch and you're just like, oh my gosh, like why am I still dealing with these people? Like, it's actually pretty good. And
yeah, you connect with all the characters, and they kind of give you a story about, like, the characters and what they're struggling with, and their different personalities, and also, like, what connects all the characters, which is, like, a huge reveal, but we're not going to talk about that
Well,
yet.
it's not even just, like, their personalities, just, like, their stories. Their own personal stories.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because, like, that's how you get to know them, because of, like, the different backgrounds, and, you know, how they kind of deal with each other, and how long they've been friends, and all of that.
And you think, like, you think that everybody's, like, because you've got the jock, you've got the loner, the outsider, you've got the smart kid, you've got the good girl next door,
the gay best friend.
Yeah, you've got those, like, regular high school stereotypes, but of course there's always got to be something more, and we're expecting there to be something more, but it's just how they do it and how they weave these stories together is amazing.
Yeah, and I think the big twister to all of this is how they actually started it with the Jason's death.
So we didn't actually talk about, like, what, if you guys aren't even familiar with the Archie comics, like, what Riverdale is about.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even actually talk about that. We probably should do that. So, Archie is Riverdale is surrounded, it's about a community, and I think the community is called Riverdale, and it's about this high school, and, when we start off, it's based off a town called Riverdale, and it's centered mostly around this high school there, and their characters like Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead, and there's a lot of other characters. There's a lot of characters, and they introduce characters a lot, like more and more characters in each episode. But it starts off surrounding by this kid who is murdered.
Yeah, and it's the twins. Cheryl and Jason.
Blossom.
Yeah. And it starts off how they were kind of dressed up all in white and going towards the water to get in the boat. And then next thing you know, it's straight to the high school, and everybody's like, Jason's dead, or he's missing, and just all these things happen, and no one can find him. And Betty's sister Polly is involved with Jason, and Betty has no idea where Polly is because her parents are keeping it away from her. And so, like, everybody's like, ooh, this is so much drama, and everybody's just kind of wondering where Polly is, where Jason is. And, you know, then Veronica kind of shows up.
This is really okay.
Well, so, she moves to town.
Okay, first to start off, this is kind of a small town. So a lot of the people the kids who go to school at this high school, their parents went to school with each other.
Yeah.
So Veronica is coming back to Riverdale with her mother who used to go to the school because of a scandal that happened with her father, who also went to the school.
Yeah, so there's a link to
it's not just Veronica, like random stuff.
Yeah, but she kind of showed up like in a perfect timing. So
like someone's dead. Oh, new person.
And she moves back to town because there was like some drama with
like
her
I said,
dad.
the scandal.
The scandal.
And like everybody knows it because it's a small town, and you've got the certain last name. They're like, oh, like what's his face? Like there's a gay best friend. The stereotype. His last name is Keller, and it's also the sheriff's last name. And people are like, oh, you're the sheriff's son.
Yeah, you're the sheriff's son.
Yeah.
And he's like,
so it's like it's also the small town stereotype as well.
Yeah, so everything goes around fast. Mm-hmm. Everybody finds out everything.
Yes. So, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about like oh, wait. Before we talk about favorite couples, you are getting an interruption. How rude. That was. I am so sorry, listeners. That was incredibly rude.
Would you just edit that out?
That was just rude. Rude.
I forgot my thing.
Yeah, turn it down.
There we go.
Rude. Anybody say that was rude? No. Before we talk about like our next one that I really wanted to talk about, I do want to mention because it was inspired by Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks and the Archie Comics, that you will notice whenever you watch the show that there are a couple blasts from the past, which I was telling Diera, I was like, oh yeah, did you know she was in this, and then this person was in this, and he was this person in this. There is, I feel like I'm going to say her name wrong, and I am sorry if I do, but her name is Madgen Amick, I think. I will fix it for the next part of this podcast, but she was actually in Twin Peaks. And there's also Luke Perry, who was in Beverly Hills 90210. Oh, sorry. Madgen is playing Betty's mom, and she was in Twin Peaks. The guy who's playing Archie's dad was in Beverly Hills 90210. And then the guy. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't mention this one. Or we know we've gotten to this point. Jughead's dad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was in Scream. So you've got a lot of these like faces from like good classic stuff back in like the 80s, and you're like, hey. So like
not the newer version of Scream. It's the older
version. The older one. It's so you get like a really, not only do you get like a nostalgic feel from like the comics, but you also get a nostalgic feel from like the 80s. It's genius. It's genius.
Yeah, it's really cool that they're like interpreting all this, especially with like the genre. They're kind of keeping to the same genre as the things that they are actually in as well, like the high school feel of 90210. Is it 90210? Yeah. And like the mystery feel of Twin Peaks, and then with Scream, it's like the kind of drama horror.
Whodunit?
Yeah, whodunit. But I mean, Riverdale's not really horror. It just has like that thriller feeling.
Yeah, it does have that exactly. Yeah. That is the thriller feeling. So, okay, dear.
Well, basically, with Riverdale, that's how we enter in with, like, finding out that Jason went missing or he's possibly dead. And Cheryl's just kind of this... I love Cheryl. She is crazy. She's ruthless.
Okay, Cheryl's that person that you love to hate.
Yes.
Like, she's
hurting.
She's hurting. She is hurting, but she's just such a bitch.
Yeah, she kind of treats everybody like crap, and it's basically because she's hurting, but also that's kind of her personality.
I like still no excuse for being a bitch. It really still no excuse. But like she's got these one-liners that are just like she has these comebacks that are just
You're just
amazing.
Like, ooh,
like, you need some aloe vera for that burn.
Yeah,
like, oh my god, she will get you. But so is a Veronica. Veronica's got those, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, once Veronica came in the picture, Cheryl has like a enemy.
Yeah, arch enemy. But then it's kind of like
they're like best friends, and then they're not, and then they're best friends again. It's the same thing with Betty. Like Veronica and Betty hit it off at the beginning, and then there was like drama with Archie, which
of course
we'll talk about as well.
Yeah,
but like as soon as you know, as soon as you find out, like Betty has like a thing for Archie, and Archie's like, oh well,
as soon as you find out, like the first episode, you're like, oh, best friend falls in love with best friend, like
she
that
was
whole
like,
thing.
She was telling him, she was just about to tell him, hey, I'm in love with you, and then Veronica walks in, and you're like, oh, and he like
slow mo,
and he's like checking her out, yeah. He's like checking her out, and Betty's like, oh shit, and like turns around and sees Veronica, like.
You're just like, this is, and like that's what we were talking about, how like you're like, oh my god, this is like another high school teeny bopper show, because like everything seems so predictable and so high school, but then it gets so much deeper and it's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but the drama that really starts is with Betty and Archie, because Betty really likes Archie, but Archie doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's like writing music
Can
and
we just talk about Archie and his just obliviousnness?
Yeah, he gets on my nerves half the show, because he's like, oh, I didn't even know Betty felt that way about me, and I feel as her as like a sister, and Veronica's like, are you joking?
Yeah, like Veronica's been in town for like a month or a week, and she's like, bro, I know she likes you. Like, are you serious?
Dude, she's in love with you.
Yeah. And then he tells that story about how he, like, told them when they were, like, 8 years old?
Yeah,
like,
he was like, yeah, she tutored me throughout our entire second grade because she wanted to be in the same grade as me, and she kissed me and said, and asked me, or...
I told her, I asked her if she would marry me.
Yeah, I kissed her and asked her to marry me, and she was like, ha, we're too young, wait until we're 18, and we're like, dude!
Like, come on, you how...
Like, you can't say stuff like that. Yeah, that's things that people remember.
I know, I was like, Archie. And then, his whole thing with the teacher.
So, Miss Grundy is like this, so in the comics, she's supposed to be older, but in this one, she looks like she's about, like, late 20s.
Yeah, she's
still pretty young.
She's still pretty young.
And she's one of the music teachers. And
she is I think she's like
is she the only music teacher?
I think so.
Oh, well, she's the only music teacher, and Archie is writing music. And they show a clip in the series that like he's like kind of working outside, and it's really hot
because he's working on his dad's construction company.
Yeah, Miss Grundy pulls up, and she's like, Archie, what are you doing? Like looking all cute in her sunglasses and stuff, and you're just like, what? And so then it pans off, and they're like having sex in a car, and you're just like, wait, what?
You're like, what the hell happened? Like, God.
So there's a little affair going on with Archie and Miss Grundy at the beginning, and nobody knows but Miss Grundy and Archie, and of course they keep it really secretive.
Mm-hmm.
And Archie is an idiot. He just,
oh my God.
he's just like, I love her, and it was meant to be, and all of this stuff. And Miss Grundy is like, we don't know what's going on with Miss Grundy at the beginning.
She's got issues.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with her.
She just kind of showed up.
Yeah, and just like the way she looked at him when he was walking, like when he walked past her and she was in her car, just the way she looked at him, it was like, oh, like that's,
you're a teacher.
You're a teacher. This is one of your students.
Like,
this is inappropriate. Yeah. God, like we could go on and on about how dumb Archie is.
Yeah, but it really starts off on how he's dumb because Betty really wants to get with him, but he's oblivious. And Veronica comes in town, and then they go to like this truth or dare thing, or not truth or dare.
Spin the bottle. It was a party after their school dance.
Yeah.
And they played Spin the Bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was either Cheryl go in the closet with Archie, which nobody wanted, so Veronica was like, okay, I'll go in the closet with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like talking, and then they end up kissing. And then Betty gets really upset and leaves the party, and then like Betty and Veronica start drama, and they're like, they became best friends for like, what, a week and a half?
I don't it's such teenage drama, which may turn some people off, but like really, it's really, like, I mean, think about it, like in high, like we were talking about how like, don't ever ask a friend to go ask the guy if they like the first person, because it doesn't really turn out that well.
It doesn't turn out the way you want it to.
Yeah, and just like little things like that, like even Spin the Bottle, 7 Minutes in Heaven, it's like, it's just like, it's like teenage drama stuff. But I think that also is kind of nice because like it relates to a lot of like the crowd.
Yeah.
And like it also brings that nostalgia feeling back for people who are a little older. Because like, oh yeah, I remember in high school we did dumb shit like that, or like freaked out about dumb drama.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Also, this show actually got a 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh yeah.
So it's doing pretty good for itself.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's really hyped up because a lot of people are really excited because there's a second season coming out. But
oh
we'll
my
talk
God.
more about that
like
next.
in the next one. Yeah. But what else do you want to talk about? What do you talk about? The twins?
Oh yeah, so the twins, Cheryl and Jason, are Blossoms, and apparently Blossoms are like one of the richest people in like Riverdale.
I think. Yeah.
Are they the richest?
I think they're the richest family in Riverdale.
Yeah, they're the richest family in Riverdale, and I think the second comes like Betty and Polly's family.
No, I don't think.
Or are they like the most known?
I think they're the most known, and then because then there's that secret that happens, but that's like later on in the season.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, but the Blossoms are the richest family right now. And, of course, like I said at the beginning, Jason's missing, murdered, whatever, and Cheryl is, like, really close to Jason, so
they're twins, yeah.
Yeah, she, throughout the entire series, is, like, trying to figure out who killed him, what happened, and trying to, like, kind of, what's that word? Not revenge, but trying to, like...
Avenge?
Avenge him.
Yeah, avenge his death.
Try to figure out so he can, like, rest in peace.
Yeah, because it's only them two, and it's only them two, and then their parents in that big old house. There's no other siblings. It's just the twins, so they're pretty close. And his death hit her very hard, which is why De'Ara's like, well, she was hurting. It's like, yeah, no excuse, but she is hurting. She lost her brother. She's a bitch, and so no one really likes her. And so her brother was honestly the only person she felt close to, so she lost him. She doesn't know how to react.
Yeah, and the majority of the time you're like, wow, why does Cheryl have to be that way? But then there's this one episode where she just kind of breaks down because Archie joins the football team, and they give him Jason's uniform because Jason was on the football team. Oh, jersey. Sorry, not uniform. But, they give him his jersey, and they were at the game, and Cheryl sees Archie in the jersey, and she just breaks down and cries because she...
has, like, a flashback.
Yeah, she has,
Archie has red hair, Jason has red hair, the jersey number.
So she saw the similarization to them, and she was just like... After seeing Archie and the jersey, she just kind of broke down and left the game, and that was, like, one of the times where I was just like, I really feel sorry for Cheryl.
Yeah, because she like, you actually got to see her as, like, a human and not just some awful person.
Like, trying to cause drama.
Yeah, she was actually, it's like, oh, you're kind of relatable now.
Yeah, you actually saw her feelings. And the Blossoms are just kind of sketchy at the moment because they're, I don't know, they're rich, they're powerful, and everybody just kind of wants to stay off their toes. And now that their son's missing, they're just kind of more ruthless and kind of taking over more things.
And they seem like the perfect family. And then with Jason missing, it like seems like everything's starting to crumble with the huge and mighty kingdom that is in Riverdale. But okay, now going to
besides
Jughead.
the twins, like there's Jughead, which is at the beginning you see him at is it ice cream or shake shop?
It's the chocolate shop that sells burgers and fries. It's like
it's
a diner.
like a shake shop.
A diner.
Diner, shake shop, yeah. But you see him, and he's just kind of in the booth, and
he's the loner stereotype.
Yeah, and he sees Archie, and him and Archie were like best friends, and then there was like drama happened that you kind of hear about. Yeah. And, we find out that he's actually narrating the show, because that's the first voice you hear whenever we're watching it, and you're like, wait.
So he's
and then you find out it's Jughead.
Yeah, he's like the, like, kind of like in Greek mythology, they've got the person who's, like, writing the whole story, kind of like, or like the muse, not the muses, what are they called? I can't think of it. But, like, yeah, basically, Dear Such, he's the narrator. So we kind of get the aspect that we're seeing everything just from his point of view, which is interesting because of what's going on and what's going on, like, outside of Jughead's, like, view. It's just, like, it's an interesting thing that they've done with the show, and maybe they'll get more into what's going on, because I don't know if they did that. I don't know, like, how it was kind of framed in the comics that way. Like, we'll have to ask our mom and, like, maybe read some more about that. But yeah.
Yeah, and, like, you can also see that there's a whole bunch of drama going in Jughead's life as well. Like, during these first few episodes, you kind of see that he is fighting for the drive-in because he's actually living there.
And he works there, too.
Yeah, he works there as well. So, because his dad, he's, like, kind of messed up and...
Well, okay. His dad is a member. I think he's one of the highest members.
That's not till later in the series that you find out that he's one of the leaders of the...
Okay. Never mind. No spoilers on that. I mean, it's a spoiler podcast, but I'm not going to tell you that part till the second part.
We have certain things that we're going to mention in the second episode, because this first episode's kind of like the first few episodes that we watched. Yeah, it's like the
first 7?
Yeah, first 7 episodes, yeah.
But yeah, there's, you think that, because Jughead's dad's an alcoholic, you find out that Jughead's mom took his sister and they moved away, and just because, like, the dad couldn't get together, you find out there's drama between Jughead's dad and Archie's dad.
Yeah, because they were, like, best friends, and you could kind of see that Jughead's dad and Archie's dad were best friends as well, but then there was a whole bunch of drama when he started, like, going to jail, and he kept having to bail him out, and then, like, there's actually a point where Jughead tries to help his dad get his job back, and, like, at first Archie's dad was, like, really, like, iffy about it, because he was stealing material from the job and selling
but that was on Archie's dad's side of the story, because we actually heard Jughead's dad's side of the story, and it's still kind of gray. That area is kind of gray with what exactly happened.
You don't really know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, you want to believe both, but you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's even like between Veronica's mom and Betty's mom.
Yeah.
And then Veronica's mom and Veronica's dad. Like, there's something weird with that.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that you're like, what's actually going on? And like, sooner or later, the truth will reveal itself.
There's so many stories within the stories within the stories. It's the story inception. It's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically what's been going on with the first 7 episodes. Like, there's obviously a lot more that's going on. Like, there's a whole bunch of drama with Betty's family. Betty's mom is like, she's super controlling.
She's actually a journalist in the show.
Yeah, and she's making sure, because Polly's supposed to be like the bad sister, the rebellious sister, and she's really trying to make sure Betty stays perfect and doesn't become rebellious, and you just see her controlling side, and her dad's really not mentioned until later, which we'll get onto as well.
But he's in the show, but he doesn't like have too much of a part.
Yeah, yet. He's not really like mentioned for a little bit. He's like in there and you see him, but like he gets a bigger part later in the series.
Yeah.
But like that, and then
what else? There's like the drama with we did say that the Blossoms have their drama.
Everybody has drama.
I know. It's just
you see so many perspectives.
Yeah, you're just like, wait a minute, wait. But yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about who's your favorite character so far?
No?
I
kind of want to get to that, because that's like whenever we talk about like there's so many ships.
Oh my god,
on, like,
so many
Okay,
ships.
I'm just gonna read it off. There's
Okay.
Betty and Archie, Archie and Miss Grundy,
Ugh.
Archie and what's the
Val from
the
Josie and the Pussycats.
The Pussycats, and then Archie and Veronica, and then Jughead and Betty, and then Cheryl and Archie. Like, there's too much.
There's too many ships.
There's too
many
much.
ships.
And then, oh wait, I forgot one. Betty and Veronica.
Oh my god.
Like, there's so many out there.
There could be like a good 200-page book on all the ships that people do.
Yeah, and they're all mainly Archie.
And Archie. Oh my god, Archie. Just
Archie.
Bless your heart, Archie. You're just. But yeah, well, that was just part 1.
Yeah, basically we're just kind of talking about the beginning.
Yeah, we're holding back because we want to talk about so much more, but.
Yeah, and the second episode might be a little bit longer, who knows, because, that's when a lot of drama happens. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
So yeah, that's the first part, and we'll do the second part next week.
Stay tuned.
Yes, and we'll, if hopefully by the time you guys have listened to this, you guys can go ahead and watch Riverdale and just watch the whole season, so we don't feel like we're spoiling too much by the time we get to the second part.
Yeah, because there's only 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's like so binge-worthy. Just watch it all.
I think each episode is an hour long.
I thought it was like
45 minutes?
Yeah, 45 minutes. Yeah,
long.
yeah.
So you could probably watch a lot of episodes in like one day if you have the time.
Yeah, like please go to work and school and do like your responsibilities. But
No, just ditch. Just ditch and go watch it all.
No, don't do that. We do not want a phone call from your employer or your parents.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Mm-hmm. We're not taking responsibility for that. You are an adult, hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, they might not all be adults.
I know, but I'm like, I feel like with us cussing on here, I'm like, please don't like sit there and cuss in front of your parents and then blame us. Like, don't be doing that. We are not getting in trouble for you. You have responsibilities.
Yeah,
Take care of them.
You should know your limits. All right, well, you guys enjoy your time and have a great weekend, day, afternoon, morning
on this planet Earth.
All
right, and
All right.
Stay tuned for next week for part 2.
Stay tuned.
Please watch the show. It's awesome.
Yes.